Ladies and gentlemen, the battle of narratives for the Battle of Delhi is upon us. Prime Minister Modi inaugurated the housing projects in the national capital and handed over the keys with a not-so-veiled attack on Arvind Kejriwal. मैं भी कोई शीश महल बना सकता था, Prime Minister Modi said as he kick-started the campaign for BJP in Delhi, criticizing Arvind Kejriwal and the Aapda party for spending crores on his earlier official residence renovation during his tenure as the chief minister, which Aapda party has claimed was necessary for a house meant for all future chief ministers. First, let's listen in to what the Prime Minister has said while suggesting that Delhi was shrouded in Aapda or calamity.
अपने लिए घर नहीं बनाया। बीते 10 वर्षों में 4 करोड़ से अधिक गरीबों के घर उनका सपना पूरा किया। मैं भी कोई शीश महल बना सकता था। अन्ना हजारे जी को सामने करके कुछ कट्टर बेईमान लोगों ने दिल्ली को आपदा में धकेल दिया। दिल्ली की हर गली से आवाज आ रही है, आपदा को नहीं सहेंगे, बदल के रहेंगे।
Well, in a matter of few hours, the man himself, Arvind Kejriwal, addressed the media saying Aapda wasn't in Delhi, instead within the BJP. For a 43-minute speech, Prime Minister chose to criticize the people and government of Delhi for 39 minutes, proving that BJP's Aapda or BJP was in trouble, is what Kejriwal claimed. In a snide dig at Prime Minister Modi, Kejriwal said one who wears suits of 10 lakh rupees shouldn't talk about Sheeshmahal, making references to his suits with his names as a monogram.
2700 करोड़ रुपए का अपने लिए घर बनाने वाला, 8400 करोड़ रुपए के हवाई जहाज में घूमने वाला, 10 लाख रुपए के सूट पहनने वाला व्यक्ति, उसके मुंह से शीश महल की बातें अच्छी नहीं लगती। मैं व्यक्तिगत आरोप प्रत्यारोप में नहीं जाना चाहता, मैं गाली गलौज की राजनीति नहीं करता, मैं व्यक्तिगत आक्षेप नहीं करता, ये मैं भी कर सकता हूं। 3 तरह की आपदा भाजपा में आई हुई है। पहली आपदा, भाजपा के पास सीएम चेहरा नहीं है। दूसरी आपदा, भाजपा के पास नैरेटिव नहीं है, उन्हें पता ही नहीं चुनाव किस मुद्दे पे लड़ना है। तीसरी आपदा, भाजपा के पास कोई भी एजेंडा नहीं है इस चुनाव के लिए। तो 3 आपदा भाजपा के अंदर आई हुई है और 1 आपदा दिल्ली में आई हुई है, वो है कानून व्यवस्था।
Well, I'm being joined by Jasmine Sandhawalia, who's a spokesperson for BJP, Dr. Nishant Anand, who's a national spokesperson for Aapda Party, Advocate Mahima Singh, who's a spokesperson for Congress, as well as Anil Tyagi, who's a senior journalist. Thank you very much, all 4 of you, for joining me. Well, first, let me go across to you, Jasmine Sandhawalia. आपदा दिल्ली में आई हुई है, दिल्ली में नहीं, बीजेपी में आई हुई है. It is a disaster, a calamity in Delhi. That's the counter that's coming from Arvind Kejriwal in BJP, not in Delhi.
Well, our house is in order. It definitely is in order, and we know what we are going to the voter with. We know what we have done for Delhi prior to what AAP has been doing for the last 2 terms. And what Mr. Kejriwal is trying in a desperate move is to salvage himself. And he is, embroiled in such corruption cases. And for him to project himself as somebody who is holier than thou is getting a little more difficult. And that is the reason that the narrative of his speeches is coming to this level. And we are very sure of our win. We know what the people of Delhi are wanting, and they have totally failed. To keep repeatedly saying that we've done the schools this favor, to say that this is happening, everybody will harp on what they have done. But unfortunately, Mr. Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi Party have really done nothing, but they have lived on agitprop and on propaganda, and the days are over, I think.
But that's what Arvind Kejriwal. That's what Arvind Kejriwal spoke about Prime Minister Modi. He said in a speech that lasted for 43 minutes, 39 minutes were dedicated to criticizing the BJP, criticizing the Aam Aadmi Party, the former Chief Minister, and the people of Delhi, and there was nothing that they spoke about what had been done.
Sneha, AAP has been ruling Delhi for the last 10 years. So they are responsible. We are going to be asking them outside the opposition that what have they done for Delhi? And when the Prime Minister goes and speaks for 39 minutes in his speech and addresses the issues wherever the AAP has gone wrong, that itself tells us that the list of the wrongs is so long that we can talk about it. And it is after all, the Prime Minister is from the BJP and the BJP is contesting the election. What is wrong if he talks about where the holier than thou Mr. Kejriwal has gone wrong?
Okay, Dr. Nishant Anand, if I can get you in, look at what the BJP is saying. BJP is saying they are raising what they need to raise. They are obviously going to criticize the government. They are going to say what the Delhi government has completely failed in doing, the Delhi government, which is with the Aam Aadmi Party. But look at the rhetoric that they are spinning. Look at the rhetoric that the Aam Aadmi Party is spinning. To counter to what the Prime Minister alleged was the Sheeshmahal, you've raked in the 10 lakh rupees car suit.
Good evening to everybody. See, I'll start by saying deep down, the BJP recognizes the capabilities of Mr. Kejriwal and his team in executing the welfare schemes. Their own lack of vision and skill leads them to resort the criticism as their only strategy against Aam Aadmi Party. See, for years, the BJP made promises like 15 lakh rupees for every citizen, 2 lakh jobs, cleaning the Ganga, ensuring that by 2022, every family would have a permanent home in Delhi. Now, we see a stark contrast between their words and actions. Today, our Prime Minister chose to insult a government elected by the mandate in Delhi for 39 minutes in his 43-minute speech. The citizens of Delhi have elected two governments. One is because it is a semi-state, both local and national. Now, in 2015, the people chose the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. In the last decade, the Aam Aadmi Party has delivered work on water, education, healthcare, sewage system, infrastructure. Meanwhile, the BJP has failed to deliver even a single achievement in 10 years. You will not hear any leader, any spokesperson asking the vote on the credibility. Now, if the BJP had truly delivered its promises, why do they need to insult? Those who work do not resort to slander they built. In 2020, the Prime Minister promised that 2022, every household in Delhi will receive a permanent home. Today, in total, in 2025, they have given 4,700 homes in the last 5 years. 4 lakh slum households are in Delhi.
Why is BJP after people who don't want to slander is what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying?
Well, this is not slander. This is a democracy. And in a democracy, just the way Mr. Kejriwal raises, and my dear friend, Dr. Nishant Anand from AAP is saying that the BJP is doing this wrong. So even the BJP has every fair chance to say that this is where AAP is going wrong. So this is not criticism. This is healthy adversarial role when you say that this is what the party is doing wrong. And when Mr. Kejriwal says that he delivers every promise, it is nearly 3 years since AAP has come to power in Punjab. I am still waiting my 1,000 rupee, which Mr. Kejriwal, the holier than thou man, had come and promised us in Punjab. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. Not a single woman in Punjab has got that 1,000 rupee. So let's not talk that we are Jesus Christ here and we don't talk and we don't lie.
Okay, let me just go across to Mahima at this point. Good evening, Mahima. A very simple question that I do want to ask you. Between the battle that we saw, between the battle that unfolded, the battle of narratives as it were, where does Congress look at this?
Jai Hind. Sneha, in fact, today, as a common citizen of Delhi, every person hearing your debate and hearing the Prime Minister as well as the Chief Minister of Delhi must be wondering whether it's a quid pro quo. Because you see, when they are talking, whether it is on your debate or it is on the public stages across Delhi when they are, staging their campaign, what is coming across is like, you see, when the Prime Minister speaks about the Anna Hazare campaign, it almost sounds like some insider is speaking who was privy to the whole conspiracy that went on back then 10 years ago. And, he didn't speak like any stranger to that. Well, when he's talking about the Sheeshmahal, I would resonate, in fact, with the Chief Minister of Delhi that all of us were prompted to think about the central vista on which a whopping 1,500 crores nearly were spent, his planes, his VIP planes, that it is 400 crores were spent. And when the BJP was questioned, what was their answer? They said, is it only just for us? It is for all the governments that will, be imminent in the future. So when the BJP is raising fingers today towards the Aam Aadmi Party, the common man thinks, well, you see, don't try to befool us anymore, because when you brought the GNCTD Act, and when the Aam Aadmi Party did not prevent it from being executed and did not take necessary steps within the Vidhan Sabha, the common Delhiite knew for itself that the false promises made by the Aam Aadmi Party for the statehood were as hollow as the BJP's promises of 15 lakhs or 2 crore jobs per year, and so on and so forth. So you see, this at the state level, this quid pro quo is becoming fairly evident to the common man, and it's not going to go down well with the common Indian, with the common Delhiite. And it would be better that the BJP started walking its talk, like the BJP spokesperson spoke just now, saying they have been there for 10 years. Let me just finish in 5 seconds. She said they've been there for 10 years, so we shall question. So, likewise, we shall question the BJP that has been there at the center for 10 years and only wants to do
Okay.
mudslinging at all the other parties, all the previous governments.
Advocate Mahima Singh, here's my question. Now, you are saying you're accusing the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party of quid pro quo. Okay. We'll take it right to them for the response to that. But is the Congress now in a back foot in the national capital? Why I'm asking you this question? Because I am certain for this entire election season, this is the question that Congress is going to be asked. The Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress are literally bhai-bhai. When you look at the national scenario, both of you are partners. Here you're accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of quid pro quo with the BJP. How does that even function politically?
You see, this is what, Sneha, number one is the fact that the history will always confront those who did wrong to the fair players of both the sides. So 10 years ago, what happened and how it happened was unfortunate, unbecoming. We joined hands together, honoring the federal structure of this country on the central level. We came together. But that we are fighting on our own as two independent parties in the national capital is not any unknown fact. Everybody knows it very well that we are fighting our own good fight in the national capital. And when it comes to the answerability, we shall ask the Aam Aadmi Party that has been ruling in the national capital for the last 10 years. We shall ask about the pollution levels. We shall ask about the Yamuna, the state of Yamuna and the number of the amount that has been spent. We shall ask about the jobs. We shall ask about the inflation. We shall ask about the quid pro quo that is becoming visible now. We shall raise questions that are meant to be raised by a responsible opposition party. We have been in opposition for 10 years in the state of Delhi. It was well within the Aam Aadmi Party's right to have opposed the GNCTD bill and brought about necessary legislations to do away with
but
it.
Advocate
But
Mahima, you would agree that the allegation of playing a second fiddle or the allegation of quid pro quo is equally before the Congress, even though you are raising them before the other two parties. 30 seconds before I go to the others.
No, you see, we have, through these 10 years, we have opposed Sneha. Whatever needed to be opposed, when it came to the Aam Aadmi Party's misrule, we have always opposed. We stood by them when the central government, when the BJP did wrong. When we still stood by them when they arrested a sitting chief minister and when we were going for Lok Sabha polls. But when it comes to Delhi, when it comes to raising the people's questions, we have not forgotten the remarks Mr. Kejriwal made on our revered former Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit ji. We have not forgotten that. History will, confront those who did wrong.
Jasmine Sandhawalia, please respond. Please respond to what the Congress has said. Please respond to what your political detractors are saying. That on the screens here, you are gunning against each other. But when the Prime Minister speaks about Sheeshmahal and the Aam Aadmi Party talks about what about the Vistara, your political detractors, including Congress, talking about Vistara, what happens to the response then?
Well, I want to make something
Central
very
Vista.
crystal. I want to make something very crystal clear that the Central Vista is for the nation. It is not for an individual. When you talk about an expensive plane for the Prime Minister, I did not interfere, please. When we talk about the plane for the Prime Minister, that is for India. That is for India, for any Prime Minister.
Sheeshmahal is for...
Sheeshmahal, why we are talking about Sheeshmahal is, Sneha, we all remember, we are not children, we all remember that not in very distant past, Mr. Kejriwal's revolutionary ideology was simplicity, and that he would give us a clean and a crystal clear, and he would live in a humble abode. I haven't still forgotten that he took the train, the metro, the first time he won. So here is a man who said that he will lead a simple life. He will be a Gandhian model. He will not have any frills. He will be very, very humble and a down-to-earth politician. What happened? Where did this go wrong? After all this, after all, Sheila Dikshit, the Congress chief minister, lived in that same in the chief minister's house. And with due respect to Sheila Dikshit, she was an outstanding woman, an outstanding politician. With due respect to her, she was outstanding. She did great things for Delhi. And then again, the BJP chief ministers also stayed there. So what was wrong with the Aam Aadmi Party? Does Caesar wants a bed of gold?
No, the BJP must answer this question.
All right,
Sneha.
Dr. Nishant has the right to respond, but Mahima, please go ahead. Advocate Mahima, go ahead, please.
What happened to मैं झोला उठा के चल दूंगा, मुझे किसी भी चौराहे पर पकड़ लेना? When this man came to the power, Mr. Modi, as the Prime Minister of this country, the tall words that ring hollow today, he doesn't have time to talk to our farmers. He doesn't have time to check up on Mr. Dalewal, who is struggling for life in a hospital, and there in Delhi he is talking tall, and the BJP spokesperson has the audacity on your show to make remarks on the others when the BJP has left no stone unturned
due respect to Sheila Dikshit,
in torturing every class of this country, students, whether it is students, whether it is women, whether it is farmers. Whoever it is today at the mercy of the BJP that only cares about the Prime Minister's, riches and the Prime Minister's.
What riches? The Prime Minister doesn't even own a house. What riches are you talking about? The Prime Minister doesn't even own a house.
Dr. Nishant Anand, let me get you in. Dr. Nishant Anand, let me get you in at this point. I mean, BJP claiming Prime Minister doesn't even own a house at this point. And what happened to the entire imagery that Arvind Kejriwal tried creating with the car that he was traveling, with the metro rides that he was saying? The political detractors, your political detractors, BJP raking all of that up when they are talking about Sheeshmahal.
Okay, let me give you a few facts, okay? The first thing is, let's assume what they're saying about Sheeshmahal. Let's assume what they're saying is right. This Sheeshmahal will be given to the elected chief minister of Delhi, whosoever it is, from any party. Now, BJP has 565 Kamal Mahal in India, each costing 10 crore rupees each. So the total is 5,500 crores, and I have the RTI report. Now, those Kamal Mahal will not be given to elected chief minister or elected member of the state. It will be given to the BJP members only. So they have to answer that. Second is, today the serious question is, in Rajouri Garden, the poor MLA of BJP is distributing 1,100 rupees cash. His name is Manjinder Singh Sirsa, and they are putting a stamp on it that January money is paid. The same thing, Parvesh Verma, the ex-MP from BJP, is distributing 1,100 rupees in cash to all the women. And they are bribing and they are distributing the money they have received from the electoral bonds from people like Sharad Reddy. Third thing, if BJP has done work in the other 20 states, they have the government, they can ask the vote on the credibility and the work. They do not have a single work to show. Now I will tell you what Aam Aadmi Party has done in the last 11 to 12 years. We have given 533 Mohalla clinics. We have given 22,700
No, but are
classrooms,
you,
8,900 beds in the government schools.
Are you comparing
4,000
the
kilometers of
allegation
pipeline.
of what BJP has leveled as Sheeshmahal as a counter to your counter of Kamal Mahal? Are the two the same? Is it the taxpayers' money?
I am giving you an example that if they are blaming Aam Aadmi Party for a Sheeshmahal, which will be given to the elected Chief Minister of Delhi, they need to answer first, what about the 565 Kamal Mahal they have created already in India, and they have planned of 800, each costing 10 crore rupees average, and it is in the RTI. I can send it to you. So they need to answer about 5,500 crores
Jasmine
for the
Sandhawalia.
offices they have built for their use.
The
Today,
whole
Modi
issue
से
here is
15 लाख
ideology
रुपए
of the
खाते में
party.
आएंगे,
The
2
ideology
लाख
of
रुपए
the party
नौकरियां
was
लगेंगी.
that we are humble,
Bharatiya Jumla Party has misused
we will not
every
fritter
single
away
right.
expenses.
Today,
We will
we
live
do not
humbly.
have
We will
single work in
Here
their
is a
20
man who
states
traveled
that
by
they can ask the
metro.
vote
Here
for.
is a
Please
man who
don't interrupt
projected
me.
that he was
Please
not
don't
going to be
interrupt
like
me.
anybody
Please
else.
don't interrupt me.
No.
You have
Sneh
your
asked me
time.
a question and that's
It's
why
been
I'm answering.
27
You are
years. It's been
interrupting. You are
27 years.
Okay,
interrupting.
Dr.
BJP is not
Nishant,
able to
allow
vacate
Jasmine
Delhi.
Sandhawalia to respond.
Louder.
Dr. Nishant, allow Jasmine Sandhawalia to respond.
Please ask
Please,
her
Jasmine
the answer
Sandhawalia, go
for
ahead.
this. 1,100 rupees cash money.
He won't let me because I'm raising the fundamental question here
1,100 rupees
about the
cash
Okay, 30
ideology
distributed.
of
seconds.
the
I have a
party.
panelist
They
waiting
are
very
going
patiently.
against the
Anil
ideology
Tyagi.
of the party, an ideology which promised that we will be very humble, we will
This is
live
the
with a very
ideology of
huge
distributing
budget.
cash money.
What happened to that? What happened to
This is your
Kejriwal?
ideology of sending,
See,
bribing
he
people.
suddenly became Caesar.
Okay.
Caesar wanted a bedroom made of gold. Here is a man who promised that he will not fritter away the economics of the people. Here is a man who promised that he will travel by metro.
Okay,
Here is
all
a
right.
man
Let me
who
go to
Not
said
Anil
even
he will
Tyagi,
live in a
single
please.
work
humble
they have
abode.
Allow
done
me,
in their
both
20
of you.
states.
Allow me to go to Anil Tyagi. Mr. Anil Tyagi, you've seen elections after elections, Mr. Anil Tyagi. Thank you for your patience. And you've had similar patience elections after elections. It's a battle of narratives, as every election is. But what do you make out for the tone that's already been set between the political parties? This is literally a showcase of what people of Delhi are headed to, isn't it?
It is not a battle of narratives. It is a battle of befooling the Delhiites by BJP and by Kejriwal. This is BJP versus BJP election is going to be there. Utility of the Kejriwal is over. Now the BJP is aggressive. Now you see Kejriwal asked on two fronts the out to the Congress party from the India Gathbandhan. And then he writes a letter to Mohan Bhagwat that my brothers are not allowing me to have the level playing field. Who is he to write to the Mohan Bhagwat? Because that is, Mohan Bhagwat is his godfather. Because that agitation which Narendra Modi stated today in his speech, that was instigated and motivated by RSS. So he is asking his question to his godfather, why this is happening with me in Delhi? Did I not serve you better? And these both parties should be ashamed. I tell you, Delhiite can't breathe. Now in the newspaper, what a shame in the capital of Delhi that people are writing, Delhi will have a clean water. The Chief Minister has inaugurated a pipeline which will give the clean water. A capital of 140 crore people can't have a clean water, clean air. What they are talking? To whom they are bullying? I am not able to understand. The Kejriwal has done only two the mistakes. Number one, the Sheeshmahal. Number two, the liquor. Liquor they have done. And second thing, Delhi is a urban town planning disaster. Remember my words I am telling you. When 100 years will be completed on 15th August 2047, this town you will not be able to live. All people from across the country will come here for freebies. Now still it is overburdened. You see in
But
the local
a very
colonies.
simple question.
I'm
A
telling
very
you.
simple question to add on to you. Anil Tyagi,
Yeah.
my question is, you are
Yeah.
calling it a complete disaster. You're calling the national capital a complete disaster. We see the pollution levels, whether it be in the air, the water, whether it be the roads, everything, all of that is crystal clear. But you are calling it that it is a nightmare, it's a disaster, it's going to end, so on and so forth. Is this anywhere close to being a rallying point in the election? Are people going to be voting about this? Are political parties going to be bothered about this?
No. They see election is based on the theatrics. The money will be distributed as it was distributed in Maharashtra and it was distributed in Haryana. Then Kejriwal will also distribute. BJP will also distribute. BJP has already started distributing the money. That is their open secret about it. And freebies. The lottery of the freebies will be there in the hands of the people. Can you believe it in Delhi? Women who are relatives are queuing up, putting them in the line for the registration of their, which is a false. The government has denied there is no scheme. What to do with it? People are motivated. See, the slogan has been given today. Have you heard the speech? That was the election speech. That was on the government function. That was a DDA. And now they are telling lies. 2/3 government is run by the central government and 1/3 government is run by the Kejriwal. And they are still blaming. The mess which they
All
have
right,
created
okay. Sir,
is
I'm
created
out of
by
time,
the
but
AAP
because
and
you
the
have
BJP
made some
both.
two very important points, I have to go for the right to respond. 30 seconds each to each of the panelists. Let's start with Dr. Nishant. Dr. Nishant, Delhi is a disaster. The government has been disaster. Kejriwal is of the past. Please respond.
See, we all need to understand Aam Aadmi Party has been chosen by the people of Delhi 3 times. And as I gave you the facts, I'll give it to you again. We promised about Mohalla clinics. It's been delivered 533. We promised about better school system. We have 22,700 classrooms created. Now we have also done 3 universities in Delhi. So we need to understand, we promised about water, we promised about healthcare, Mohalla clinic, roads, water pipeline, everything that we promised, we delivered it. See, we have the intent, planning and execution, and we will give it to you. See, it took 12 years
They have
for
the
Aam Aadmi
intent
Party to deliver all of these things.
They have the
See,
intent to defraud
we
the
are
people.
not distributing, cash like I told you
do
before.
all the
They're
things
not able to answer
which
this
is not
question.
acceptable to
Then
people.
why their candidates are
Jasmine
distributing
Sandhawalia,
cash?
30 seconds. Jasmine Sandhawalia.
Well, I will only take 30 seconds and I will say that AAP has been a complete disaster. They have been ruling Delhi for 10 years, and I absolutely agree with the senior journalist sitting here that in another couple of decades, Delhi will not be even livable. 10 years is
But
a
he
long
accused
time
the
to
BJP
live,
of already
to rule.
leading the
10
cash.
years is a long time to rule.
The cash law. You don't have any response to that.
The visibility of any improvement and in infrastructure, and especially in providing clean water at least to the citizenry of Delhi was a fundamental right. I rest my case.
Okay. All right. I just hope that just the way our panelists finally got around to talk about the issues that really matter to people of Delhi, our politics and our elections would also be around it all. But nonetheless, the tone and the tenor has already been set. The back and forth that happened today is literally going to be a mirror to what's going to be happening over the next few weeks as well. Jasmine Sandhawalia, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Nishant Anand, thank you very much. Advocate Mahima Singh was a while ago with us. Thank you that she joined us, as well as Anil Tyagi. Thank you very much for your time. Time for a very short break. On the other side, news and updates.